Alright, this is Armageddon, and I do apologize, it's getting fairly late here. I wanted to try to squeeze out one more review for the night, so forgive me if I sound a little tired, a little sloppy. This is going to be the review for the Transformers Fall of Cybertron Shockwave. The Fall of Cybertron, of course, being the new video game that came out just recently. I'm a huge fan of it. I have it. I play it a lot. And as you can see, this is Shockwave in I believe the box calls it a Cybertronian artillery jet shuttle. I'm not really sure. It's a Cybertronian vehicle, and I think this is a beautiful figure. I really do love this figure. Now Shockwave is, of course, he's on my short list of absolute favorite characters. I've just been a huge fan of him. You know, you didn't see him a whole lot in Generation 1, and I don't know, I just kind of like that. When you saw him, he was really cool. He was always working up on Cybertron, doing something crazy, some experiment, building a space bridge, you know, whatever. And past experiences, in my opinion, have shown that when Hasbro tries to make a Cybertronian vehicle, they tend to look, their robots tend to look pretty good, because they don't have to stick to a certain design requirement that, you know, a regular made car would, like, you know, like a normal car. They have to find a way to put that robot into a car. And with Cybertronians, they can just kind of, with Cybertronian vehicles, they can just kind of wing it and just, you know, do whatever they want. I don't know how well the color is going to come across, but this is an absolutely beautiful purple. Here in the front, you've got this very nice light purple. It's just a clear purple plastic. It looks really nice. I do love how the gun is built into the vehicle. That's really cool. It just stores. It's part of the transformation. And I don't have this quite lined up right. Actually, yeah. You know, and just overall, this is a really great figure. It's very accurate to what he looked like in the game. He of course is a flyer. One of my favorite characters to play as in the game in multiplayer. He's got a really cool transformation, but I won't go on and on about the game. You do have a lot of robot kibble on the bottom, which normally I take off a lot of points for, but you know, I keep him in robot mode so much, and when you have it down, you can't see it. So unless you're, you know, flying it, you know, doing, you know, but most collectors don't play with their toys, I guess. So, you know, it doesn't bother me too bad. You don't see it from the front. You don't see any kibble from the front. You do have his feet sticking out here, which I didn't quite, I don't know, I guess you could kind of leave them down like that, but that looks kind of weird. With that said, let's go ahead and start transforming him. What you're going to want to do is detach his legs and lift open the top here, and let's go ahead and take his gun out and just set that off to the side for now. We'll go ahead and take his arms here out from the back of the jet mode and fold them down. Just get them out of the way a little bit. Let's fold these back wings up, and you take these shin guards here, and we'll rotate them around, and you'll see a little peg hole right here and a peg right there on the other side. Don't know if you, yeah, right there. Let me get it in the light for you. Peg that on in. Do that for the other side here. Went the wrong way. You do have to rotate them a certain way, otherwise you won't get clearance for them. And then just fold up the feet, and I mean, there you have his robot, or his legs, done. You fold these shoulders down a little bit more, and let me fix this. This isn't gonna work. Let's see if I can't get this in frame a little more. Alright, get those shoulders down, and you rotate this. Now, just like with the Transformers Prime figures, you'll see this, and just like with the Transformers Prime figures, they have a revealer action, and Shockwave's is pretty cool. You pull down on his chest here, and pop, his head just pops right on out, which I think is really cool. I do like the revealer figures. I do think they make it pretty interesting. You want to go ahead and socket his arms in to the peg hole right here, and you just go ahead and do that for both shoulders. Rotate his shoulders around and bring his arms down. Bring this arm around and bring his wings up, and then just do his hand. His hands are quite sticky. They do have some fairly sticky joints in it. It's sometimes hard to get his hand out. Do that for the other hand here. Just get your fingernail up in there. It's hard for me. I don't have any fingernails, but I can do that. And here we have Shockwave in his robot mode. And just like with the jet mode, this is a very, very nice figure, I think. Try to get this positioned good. I think this is just an absolute great figure. It looks very much like a Generation 1. You know, Shockwave in Generation 1, he never really came down to Earth, so he kind of, you know, he never really had to take the form of an Earth mode, as far as I know. I could be wrong. But so this looks, it's just a very good reminiscent. You could almost put it up on a shelf with a G1. He has no extra, you know, he doesn't have a big backpack on him. He's got this little bit right here, but that doesn't bother me too much. One of the main complaints I've got is with his legs. You know, like other people have said, they're very hollow, but that's because you have to put his gun in during the transformation. It just stores in right there, so they had to kind of hollow it out a little bit. But you know, that doesn't bother me too bad. He still stands good. He's very stable. You can get some pretty good poses out of him if you want. You know, I don't remember Shockwave ever standing like that, but you know, there he is. His gun is very cool, and one of the cool things that they've said that they've been doing with the Fall of Cybertron is the guns are actually supposed to kind of look like the guns from the video game. And you know, I don't really remember a gun like this comes apart, but when you take it apart like that, that looks kind of like one of the machine guns from the video game. It's like a little triple-barreled machine gun that you could use in the game. And so you just put these together. If you can find, they only go in if you have it lined up just right and in the right order. And there you go. And it kind of locks in there a little bit. It don't take very much to pull it out, but it can go up in there enough to where it doesn't just, you know, fall out. He can hold the gun in his hand, but you know, come on, that's not what Soundwave does. Everybody knows how Soundwave holds his gun. You take his hand and you fold it back inside, and if you can see this groove right here and this line groove, this line peg, and you'll see this peg right here on the inside of the gun. Stay there. Now if you look right here, there it is. There's a peg. You take Shockwave and you can snap it on, and there we go. See, now that is how Shockwave is supposed to look. You get him with his arm cannon, and you know, the Transformers Prime figures, only a couple of them did it good, where it looked like the guns were coming out of their hands. I don't know what's so hard about doing this. Why is it so hard to make it look so good to where it looks like his cannon is his arm? I think it's great. I love it. But you know, there it is. So he looks really good. It does go in there very, very tight. So there goes the top canister. You have to pull that out, and it takes a little bit. to get it going, but it's just an absolute great figure. If you're a fan of Shockwave, go ahead and get him. Should be coming out with some new Fall of Cybertron toys pretty soon. I'm really excited about the Starscream and things like that. I'm not gonna transform him back. He's very, very simple. Just do it in reverse, you know, like most of the instructions say. But there's Fall of Cybertron Shockwave review. This is Armageddon, and thanks for watching.